Test. Hi guys, welcome to another Blender tutorial. If you are new, subscribe. 100 subscribers is almost done. I upload every day video. Let's go. I'm a little bit angry because I tried to record this video and maybe this time I'm gonna record this. So I'm gonna give you the notes on my shading stuff on my ocean plane that we created in the previous tutorial, and we created this volume cube in the previous tutorial to add more depth to our ocean scene, if that makes sense. And you can bring this a little bit up to add a little bit darker color to your ocean. So this is a very cool tip. You're gonna need some HDRs. I'm gonna put link in the description on the site. You have 8 awesome ocean HDRs basically, yes. Right here you're just clicking on this link, boom, and you can download this. It's like a couple of megabytes. It's pretty cool. As you can see, you need this lighting setup. I'm gonna show you a couple of photos how it looks, this fucking ocean. So I'm not gonna explain how you can set up HDRs, okay? I'm gonna show you just the shading stuff that I have on this ocean plane, okay? If you are a beginner, watch some previous tutorials, but I'm gonna explain. Just go to the shader editor, click new material, okay? And you're gonna have principal BSDF and output. That's it. You can search those nodes by Shift A, and as you can see, this looks a little bit complicated, but it's not. It's very simple. So first, you're gonna need basically this principal BSDF. You can search those nodes by Shift A, like I said, principal shader right here. And I have color something like this: 1, 1, 0.4, and 0.4. Okay, and this is loose stuff. But first, maybe I'm gonna show you. If you're gonna select your ocean plane, go to the right here on the modifier and tap the found. I have the value -4, so keep it loose, but I have -4, okay? So once again, I have 1, 1, 0.4, 0.4, and I have this kind of color. You can play around on the color. I have on this principal BSDF shader spread color 0.6, 0.5, and 0.2 roughness, something like this. And this is very important. You have this transmission or whatever to 1. Okay, you're gonna see through this fucking deep cube, if that makes sense. So tap right here 1. Okay, so there is that, and you just mix in this principal BSDF with diffuse. So right here, diffuse BSDF, Shift A, of course, and diffuse, and you have diffused BSDF, the same node. And I have roughness 0.2, 0.3. Just play around, and you just search for the mix shader, okay? So you just mix in those two. So Shift A, mix shader, and plug this to the first shader and plug this to the second shader. So this is very simple, and this goes to the output. Now I'm gonna show you the more complicated stuff. Just repeat this stuff. And I'm sorry, fuck this tutorial already. I'm not gonna record this for the fucking 100 times. Change this to the dynamic, whatever it's called, okay? That's it. Now I'm gonna show you the stuff on the normal map, because you're gonna need some normal map on this ocean plane. Like I said, you can search those nodes by Shift A. Basically, you need textures, coordinate, and mapping. And you just connect this to the fucking noise texture. So textures, coordinate, mapping goes to the noise texture right here. And this is very cool trick. I'm gonna show you later. Now scale, I have like 1200, detail 2, roughness 0.5, distortion 0.5. This goes to the mix RGB. So color, connect to the color, okay? Important, not factor, but color. And you have another noise texture, and I have scale something like 600, detail 2, and roughness 0.5, and distortion 1.1. You can play around, like I said, on the stuff, whatever bump you want to get on this ocean plane. Play around on those noise textures. And I have brightness and contrast, and I have this second noise texture like 600. I have contrast 0.5. It's gonna create a little bit darker color to this noise texture, and this color go to the second color on this mix RGB. So you just mixing those two noises together with the color, and you just connect this to this mix RGB node. And this is called trick. This goes, guys, to the fucking separate RGB, because we're gonna separate those colors, because we need just blue color on the normal map. Okay, so this is cool trick. Use this. So this mix RGB that we mix in those two noises together, yes, noise texture, mix RGB connect to the separate RGB right here, color to the image, and you just add combine RGB. So search for the shift A and combine. Okay, combine RGB, and we just plug in red color to the red color, green color to the green color, but blue we don't connect this. We just plug in right here blue 1, and we're gonna have our normal map. And this combine RGB, okay, goes to the normal map basically right here, and this normal goes to the principal BSDF, to this shader, yes, to the normal. Not that complicated. Two noises, bright and contrast, mix RGB, separate RGB, combine RGB, green to green, red to red, blue leaf like that, and blue just tapped right here 1 to the normal map, normal to the normal. That's it, not that complicated. And add, of course, mapping and textures coordinate if you want. So this is the normal map setup. Now we're gonna need this faun, right? Like I said, -4 I have the value. So I'm gonna show you the same mapping that I connect to the two noises, yes, to this normal map. You can connect right here to the different setup. So I'm have Voronoi texture, and I'm gonna give you the numbers. I have like -9 and randomness 0.8. Okay, and basically this creates this kind of ripple of water, this kind of faun, this kind of ripples of water. So I have this Voronoi texture, and this goes to the mix RGB, so distance goes to the color. And I have noise texture. I have this noise texture scale like 120, detail 2, roughness 0.5, distortion 1.5, and this factor goes to the color. Like I said, keep it loose, play around, and you can of course control shift and left click to see what note it's look like. Okay, but keep this in mind. This basically creates this ripple of waters to add more detail to the scene. So I explained those two. Yes, this Voronoi and noise texture goes to the mix RGB, and I'm adding color ramp. So this color ramp connect mix RGB to the color ramp, and right here I'm just cutting the white basically value to add more black, something like half. And this goes guys to the another mix RGB, to the color, and we connect the second color. This is called the second color. We connect attribute. So attribute, and tab right here faun to get this data from this ocean modifier, and I connect this attribute to this fucking mix RGB, to the first color. So this all setup, yes, Voronoi, noise texture, color ramp, mix, and this goes to the first color, and attribute with faun data goes to the second color. You get it? We mixing those two together, yes, to add more detail. And you're gonna need another mix RGB. Connect this whole setup, yes, with this mix RGB. This goes to the another mix RGB. Okay, so keep this in mind. This all shit with this attribute and this Voronoi in this, and mix RGB goes to the another mix RGB. And I'm gonna show you the different setup right here. So the same mapping that we use on the normal and in this attribute setup, you can connect to this setup, and this creates a smaller kind of water ripples. So I have noise texture, and I have 3000, yes, you can play around. This is loose. Detail 2, roughness 1, and distortion 0. And I'm just connect this to the fucking first color on the mix RGB. And what do you connect this? What do you mix in this noise texture? A lot of noise textures and Voronoi texture, I know. And you need Voronoi texture too. And I have scale like 3000 too. So this creates a little bit smaller ripples. Like I said, Control Shift left click to see what kind of effect I have. So this goes, the distance goes to the fucking mix RGB, and I have multiply. And factor I have 0.7. Okay, so multiply those two. And this multiply mix RGB goes, you guessed it, to the mix RGB that we mix in this attribute. Okay, if that makes sense. I hope you know what I'm talking about. So this is the setup, yes, because there are too many mix RGBs. Right here, this is the setup with this attribute. And we mix in this setup with this 3000 ripples, yes, this very big scale. We mix in this, so this multiply goes to the second color, and we have overlay right here. So I have overlay, change this, and I have factor 1. So I hope you know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm not gonna explain this to the beginners, because this is setup goes to the first color, and this attribute setup goes to the second color on this mix RGB. We mixing those two together, and this goes, you guessed it, with the to the factor. So this overlay mix RGB factor 1 goes to the factor on our shaders. Yes, I hope you know what I'm talking about. Fuck this tutorial. I'm not gonna explain, because it's gonna take like half an hour, okay, what I am doing, but it's working. I'm gonna show you, like I said, the results, and like I said, build more to this, because you can basically create bigger kind of fauna with mixing this setup together. I hope you know what I'm talking about. This is the setup for the normal map. Noise and noise, colors. I'm gonna do quick recap. Why not? Faster, okay? So noise and noise, 1000 and 200 and 600. This goes. I give you the numbers at the beginner, so I'm not gonna repeat another numbers. And brightness and color contrast, this goes to the mix RGB, this goes to the separate RGB, this goes to the combined RGB, to the one blue right here, red to red, green to green, blue don't connect, and this goes, like I said, one combined RGB blue goes to the normal map, and this goes to the normal, to this principal BSDF. Okay, this is the setup, yes, to the normal map. This is the setup for the a little bit bigger ripples. So Voronoi texture goes to the noise texture, and you mixing those two together with mix RGB, and you just add in color ramp. So color ramp, color to the factor, and cut white basically right here, yes, something like this. You can see the results. I can't show you the results, fuck my PC and my life. Basically you just connect this color ramp to the another mix RGB, to the first color, and you just add an attribute and tap the data phone on this ocean modifier, and I have like -4, but you can play around on the stuff, whatever found you wanna get the effect, play around on this fucking value. And this goes to the second color. So this is the bigger ripples, and these bigger ripples we mix in, so we're gonna need another mix RGB. So another mix RGB, and this goes just right here, those three. So Voronoi texture 3000 and noise texture 3000. I give you the numbers in the previous detail 2, roughness 1, whatever, and roundness 1. And this goes to the multiply to the mix RGB right here, multiply 0.7. Those two mixing together, yes, multiply together, and this goes to the another mix RGB with those bigger ripples. The smaller ripples goes with the bigger ripples. So we mixing those together, and I'm adding overlay factor 1, first color, second color, this setup and this setup goes to the factor on our shaders. And I'm gonna do quick recap on the shaders. I have the color right here, 1, 1, 0.4, 0.4. You can change the color, whatever effect you wanna get. Spread the color 0.6, spread the color tint 0.5, roughness 0.2, and this is very important, transmission 1. This is important, guys. And basically, because we're gonna see through, basically, if that makes sense, this water. And diffuse, I have roughness 0.3. You can play around on this stuff, like I said. And this goes to the two shaders, and right here to the mix shader, and this all shit, the smaller ripples, bigger ripples, goes to the factor right here. Okay, and this mix shader goes to the surface. That's it. That's it. It's not that complicated. And whatever HDR, this is important, you're gonna use, whatever effect you're gonna get, because there are some very dark HDR, so play around on the lighting, play around on the stuff. But we basically just mix a normal map and two ripples together with this data, with the faun. It's not that complicated. I'm not gonna repeat myself. Fuck this tutorial. If you watch this, you are my hero. And like I said, this is a very cool trick to separate RGB and combine RGB. And tab right here one, and this goes to the normal, and you have normal map. You can use whatever you want. You have normal map. Cool trick. Thank you for watching this fucking tutorial. I'm not gonna explain to the beginners this. Of course, whatever, like I said, HDR you're gonna get, whatever effect you're gonna get, and play around. This is very loose. You can build more to this. You can create bigger kind of faun, if that makes sense. Ripples, yes, with mixing with this attribute with this faun data. Thank you for watching. Fuck this tutorial. See you on the next video.